Let's please unmute and applaud Uma ma'am. Her icebreaker actually was like, giving us, making us, I had goosebumps all throughout. I was feeling that kind of a spine chilling feeling. Thank you, Renu ma'am, for giving us or showing us, making us walk through your personal side of the story. Our love and respect for you has grown multifold with the kind of life and the kind of work that you've done. Thank you for honoring us with your membership. Thank you so much. Uma ma'am, you can stop the screen share also. So let's have a quick minute to write feedback for Uma ma'am. Time starts now. Okay, thank you everybody. Uma ma'am and Mehek, with all the beautiful comments on the chat today, I will save the chat and send it out to you on WhatsApp so that you can keep it with you safe and look at it every time for encouragement. Okay, coming back to our skills. Any questions on any kind of skill that you feel cannot be achieved or you want to achieve it, but how can Toastmasters help? I'd like to invite Vishal. If you have any particular skill in mind that you want to learn and you are not sure how Toastmasters can help, this is your moment.
Yeah, hello everyone. So I was very keen to know like how Toast. Actually, this was my prime reason for joining in. So I wanted to understand like how can Toastmasters help in achieving that impromptu speech, like coming up with impromptu or public speaking.
Sure. So, Vishal, this is a very direct benefit that you can derive out of Toastmasters. So, in our any Toastmasters meeting, okay, we have three segments. The middle segment is the table topics segment. Table topics is impromptu speaking, and we know that practice makes us perfect.
Right.
So, yes. So every time you participate in a table topic session, you are going one notch above, or you're improving yourself by 1% of what you were before attempting an impromptu speaking session. Okay. So, yes. So when you witness, the next segment is going to be table topics. They are the toughest, yet they are the most sought after segment of a typical Toastmasters meeting. You'll soon get to know. Okay?
Sure, I got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So it is basically practice when you speak, and of course, we keep having modules, educational modules, where our seniors in the Toastmasters community come and give tips on how to, deliver your table topics. Okay, so we can make use of those tips. Maybe Lokesh sir, may I request you to share that technique which you had learned from Toastmaster Rupinder. If you can share that, if you remember it. I know one technique which Toastmaster Rupinder only suggested.
Yeah, just remind me, and I'll be able to.
Okay, so there was one which says Oreo. So Oreo means whenever somebody gives you an impromptu topic, you start with O. O stands for an opinion. Okay. So if a topic is like, what's your dream destination? Okay. You pick up the O and you give your opinion. You say that my dream destination is. Okay. So that's the opinion part of it. Then in those 2 minutes, you will move on to R. R is reason. Why is that your favorite or your dream destination? Okay. E stands for example. So give an example. What made you choose that as your dream destination? For example, I could choose a dream destination as Switzerland. Okay. Why would I choose? Because I want to visit. I want to see the beauty there, the greenery, the spa, the beautiful expanse of the green grasslands. Okay. That would be the example. And the reason, the example here I will say is that is my dream destination because I remember Yash Chopra movies and I've always been a Bollywood fan. So that is the example that I'll give of why or how does that become my dream destination. And then you come back to your opinion. That means you will conclude. So this is one technique how you can handle impromptu table topics. And this is what you learn. So there are other ways to attempt table topics. And every time we have a table topic session or somebody delivers a module or a learning session or an education session, we tend to learn different and new techniques. All right. Does that answer your question, Vishal?
Yes, definitely.
Great. Okay. Any other technique, skills that you feel you cannot or you would want to learn at Toastmasters?
I think we have covered it pretty much, like with the examples that we took previously. Like even the mountain climbing and stuff, like we can always arrange an activity for the people
Yes.
present. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. That's absolutely right. So let's move on to our next segment, which is indeed the table topics segment. And for that, I would like to invite a table topic master, Toastmaster Renu, who has named herself with her son's name for the time being. But nevertheless, we know you, Renu ma'am. The stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepthi. Hello, everyone. Today, I am playing the role of TTM, Table Topic Master. Though we all know what happens in the table topic session and everything is known to everybody. But since we have some guests also, so for their convenience and their comfort, I would like to explain mainly to Vishal what will happen in this session. So first of all, I will invite one experienced Toastmaster to come on the stage, on this virtual stage, and I'll give him a topic. And the person will speak on the given topic for 1 to 2 minutes. 30 seconds, first of all, will be given to him to think about the topic and structure his thoughts. As soon as that 30 seconds are over, he will start his speech. And 30 seconds will be given on the higher part, means like he will be given extra 30 seconds to conclude the speech as well. So in total, he can speak from 1 minute to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. But kindly note, if you will speak for less than 1 minute or more than 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you will be disqualified. So Vishal, I suppose that I'm clear, I'm making some sense to you what are the table topics and what is going to happen in this session.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, otherwise the Toastmaster of the day, Deepthi Sani, has already explained through Oreo what will be how we have to structure our thoughts and how we have to proceed in this session. So first of all, I would like to invite anybody wants to volunteer himself or herself. Oh, wow. Toastmaster Lokesh, he is very willingly has raised his hand. He was ready for that. So
Exactly.
Wonderful. So I invite Toastmaster Lokesh and I request you to please choose any number from 1 to 10.
8.
8. All right. Your topic of the day today is classical music or hip hop music, and why? You have 30 seconds to think about that.
So just to clarify myself, I have to speak for it or for against it, or I have to choose.
You have to choose one topic, classic music or hip hop music.
Not to be sequestered about the choice, I would
Say,
always like the classic as well as the hip hop. They both have different aspects, they both have different feelings. And as Toastmaster Mehak, our president, also said, they both imbibe different emotions. And once you have emotions, a different set of mind game starts to go on. For example, in the morning, I might not like hip hop as a personal choice. I would love to have classics, whether English or Hindi, and they tend to motivate me to be fresh, energized, looking at all my tasks, not feeling low. During the process in the afternoon, when we have lunch and we have pretty much covered all our tasks of the day and we are relaxing, or sometimes maybe having a challenge to address, I won't go into a classic one. I will put up some hip hop, whether from Hindi version or Hollywood or for Bollywood. And that will again motivate me to finish my task, address the challenge. Because for me, an hip hop challenge in a music is adrenaline pumping up into me. So again, I would equate for me any kind of music, as long as I can relate to that music, I can understand music, I can, my mind can run with the music, I would always go for it. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Renu Mehta.
Thank, thank you so much, Toastmaster Lokesh. Even I duly agree with you that music has to be dealt properly with the timings. In the morning, we of course would like to hear to some devotional music, and as the time progresses, we can go for the classical or the hip hop music. So that is absolutely okay, and you have really structured very well. Thank you so much. And now, who would like to come next? Arjun. Wow, Arjun. So choose a number, please. 8 is gone.
Okay, between 1 and 10, no?
Yes,
1.
1. Okay, we want to start the topic with 1. All right. The topic is going out or Netflix and chill. I repeat the topic, going out or Netflix and chill.
I guess the older generation does not, the people of your generation don't know what Netflix and chill actually means. You may think it is just about sitting at home and watching TV, but the chill part in Netflix and chill is actually not what you think it is. So this comes, Netflix and chill is only possible. I'm assuming this you are talking about a romantic relationship only. You cannot, you should not say, okay, I give this advice to all the people here. People who are above the age of 35, don't say that you're Netflix and chilling with your children. Please do not say that you're Netflix and chilling with your children, because that is not a right usage of that word. So having said that, uh, yes, we all like to protect in the beginning of relationship or anything. When we're trying to impress somebody, we all like to pretend that we are this outdoorsy person. We all like to go out all the time and experience new things and go bowling or formula go karting or whatever, trekking and everything. But as soon as you have sufficiently impressed the other person, then you can show your true self, where every weekend all you really want to do after having spent the whole week uh, after having spent the whole week commuting to and from work and just being tired, and you just want to just sit at home and not go anywhere. You just want to appreciate your home for some time. And so I am definitely one of those people. I look forward to the weekends, where lazy weekends like this, where I just call it, whatever. I just don't want to go outside. So this is one of those weekends after a long time that I'm getting where I just don't have to go anywhere. And so definitely, I am a Netflix and chill kind of guy for sure. But yes, if I'm sometimes I like, but yeah, my preference is this one. All I like, all I've really figured out. All I really like to do is lay sprawled on these rubber mats and just read books and do shit posting. And like my entertainments are very cheap actually. Just watch some YouTube videos and read. And so yeah, I'm definitely a Netflix and chill kind of.
So, thank you so much, Toastmaster Arjun. Yeah, that is I can understand if you're reading books and you're chilling out, you're watching YouTubes and all, so that is the easiest and the cheapest way of relaxing oneself. Yes, absolutely. So it was a fabulous speech. Wow. So now who would like to go next? Can he call the guest first? So Vishal, would you like to give a try to the topic?
Okay.
Yes. So please choose a number from 1 to 10, except 1 and 8.
4.
4. All right. So your topic for today is social media is making it easier for people to stalk others. I repeat, is social media making it easier for people to stalk others? Am I clear?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. So my opinion would be like it depends how much a person exposes themselves on the social media. So it is totally up to them. So people should realize that it is just a virtual medium. So they should be very careful on how much they are projecting and like limit their projection to the social life, because it is very easy for others to track them and get updates from their life. So it is totally depends on people, because we have seen very big we might have seen in the news also, like there have been cases and uh, incidents where social media can be a problematic, but it is up to the people, like how they use them. So yeah,
Yeah, keep
these two.
speaking. Keep speaking.
And that is why I think I think if I have to take some example from my life, I would say like I only share moments where uh, I don't share too much of my personal life, but I only share moments uh, where uh, where there is something special happening in my life. So these are the parts that I try to share on social media. And to conclude, it's like a totally, to conclude it, I would say it totally depends on the person. And if you want, you can protect yourself. And if you are too much out there, it could be problematic for you.
Wow, wonderful, Vishal. It doesn't seem you have tried it for the first time. The best part was you really understood the topic and you really started with an example. Then you personalized it and then you concluded very well. So it was really a great effort. Kudos to
I,
you.
I think it's all thanks to Deepti for giving me that Oreo thing.
Yeah. So you have eaten that Oreo biscuit.
Yeah, right.
Wonderful. So now who is going to be the next one? Can I call Anusha Khurana, ma'am?
Renu, please don't call me ma'am. I think
Yeah, I agree. Can
I'm
I
here.
call you? Yeah,
Yeah,
Anusha, yes. So can you please choose a number from 1 to 10, except 8, 1 and 4?
7.
7. All right. So your topic for today is, if given a chance, what would you like? Traveling 100 years back in time or 100 years into the future? I repeat, if given a chance, what would you like? traveling 100 years back in time or 100 years future into the future? Over to you.
Whenever I'm asked this kind of a question, I feel, why can't I let be? Why can't I stay in the moment? Because that's what all philosophers have said. But jokes apart, given a choice, I would like to be futuristic. The past I've already lived. It's something I cannot change. The future is something I will get to see. And once I get to see it, perhaps I can improvise it. Perhaps it will give me some kind of happiness. Perhaps it will prevent me from making mistakes which I would have made in the past and have not learned from. Let me take an example. My sister-in-law designs cars which are going to be the futuristic cars. So what would I do if I had a futuristic car at my disposal? Well, I would make use of that car and make sure it's pilotless, it's driverless. I'm alone in the car and I'm able to travel safely, quickly, and efficiently from one point to another. So this is something which really makes me feel good. The future is something which is not predictable. And as some philosophers say, it's predetermined. But since Renu has given us the opportunity to be able to look into the future, why not delve into the future and get to know what your future is going to be like? The benefits, improvisation in the present, non-wastage of effort in the present for the future. If something is not destined to happen, why should I work for it? And of course, living with a philosophy that it's me who makes things happen. Because now I would be empowered with the knowledge that something, that incident XYZ is going to occur and I am in control. So thank you for putting me in the driver's seat and letting me know what is there for me 100 years from now, where I will not be. What a philosophical question at the end of the day. Thank you. Back to you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Anusha. It was really a fabulous speech. I totally agree with you. There is no point in talking about the past. We always hear, bury the hatchet and move ahead. Because future is about to come, we can avoid making mistakes and we can learn from them and we can prevent from anything which is going to be misleading or mishappening. So thank you. It was a very well structured speech of yours, Anusha. Thank you. And who is coming next, please? Anybody who has not yet spoken? Is there anybody?
Yeah, and let's just take this as one last topic. Lavina,
All right.
would you want to attempt?
Yeah, sure.
Very good. So Lavina, can you please choose a number from 1 to 10? 8, 1, 4, and 7 are already gone.
I think 5.
5. All right. I'm choosing a very simple topic for you. Which is more tempting, Subway or pizzas? I'm repeating. Which is more tempting, Subways or pizzas?
Okay, in my opinion, I would definitely go with Subway because of the burst of vegetables it comes along. It carries, and also the controlled quantity of cheese used in there. I have been a fan throughout my student life of Subway, and recently when I have two toddlers to take care of, I have kind of withdrawn from the junk food landscape overall, but still I miss those days when I could lean back and munch on a Subway sub, and just watch a movie through. So yeah, but for me, it is definitely Subway and not the pizza. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Lavina. Even I also would like to go for Subways only, not the pizzas. So pizzas are very yummy, of course, but still they are not so harmful also. They are not so very good for the health. So I'll also go for Subways. So it was a really wonderful speech. And now with this, the table topic session ends. And now I hand over the stage to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Deepthi. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Renu ma'am. That was a very well done table topic session. Thank you. The win of a table topics master is in the way people volunteer and in the way they handle the topic. So I think you're a winner today. Everybody handled the topics beautifully well. All right, so I'll share my screen and show you something. Yeah. Now, when I Googled for the skills that we learn at Toastmasters, this is the list that I got. In fact, the list was much shorter, but I added a few items here which I thought that are important to make this list more complete. Now, I'd like to ask and invite on the stage Toastmaster Lokesh, Toastmaster Renu, Toastmaster Anusha, all the senior members here, Toastmaster Diptendu. Um, what are those skills that we are missing here, or what are your top skills that you learned at Toastmasters?
Can I start?
Yes, please.
In my business, especially in consulting or purchasing manager's role in my buying industry, negotiation is a very important task which we have to accomplish and play. The choice of words, the timing of words, and especially with TTM sessions where how much you have to speak, what to speak, how relevant you have to speak, they definitely improve the negotiation skills. Because even one letter uttered in a negotiation can make or break
The deal.
in against your desired result.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much. How about you, Toastmaster Diptendu? What is the top skill that you have learned at Toastmasters?
Well, Deepthi, the most recent one that comes to my mind is event management. Event management is all that you have written on the slide and more. So, event management skills are something that we get to learn at Toastmasters. Everyone has a chance to manage, plan, execute any of the tens of hundreds of events that keep happening in the district. It could be an area contest, or it could be area division district contest. It could be a conference, it could be a special talk or a joint meet. It could be a training program. So there are many events that are conducted in the Toastmasters program, in the Toastmasters fraternity, and we get to learn event management skills through this platform.
Absolutely. Totally agree, Toastmaster Diptendu. In fact, I feel every Toastmasters meeting is a mini event in itself, and it basically prepares you for the bigger events that you're talking about. Absolutely. How about you, Renu ma'am? What is that one skill that you feel you've taken away?
Toastmaster Deepthi, what I think I have learned from this our Toastmasters is let go your emotions. I used to be very emotional, very sensitive person. I used to get hurt very easily. If somebody would say something, or if I will not be preparing, if I will not be performing very well on the stage, I would really get hurt. And I will feel now I'll not be coming back on the stage again. This is not this is not my cup of tea. I'm not looking good or something like this. I really used to get very hurt easily. But then I really, with the time, I understood this is just the thing only. This is only for 5 minutes, 7 minutes only. At least you have been able to perform something.
Yes.
So this is what I learned. Let everything go. At least you are giving your best, whatever you have done. So everything is not in your hands. So this is what I have learned.
Absolutely.
To control my emotions.
Absolutely. And I'm sure, Renu ma'am, you've extrapolated that feeling of not letting yourself go or not being emotional into other spheres of your life as well. Right? So we cannot execute emotions in one phase of our life and not execute the same emotions in the other phase.
Yes.
We are, after all, a sum total of what we are. Anusha ma'am, I know you're a very senior member, and we've always had the honor of you participating in our table topics. So what is it that you have taken away from Toastmasters?
What I find the most important thing which one takes away or which one realizes one should have is content. I mean, all of us come and speak on table topics, and all of us are able to say something. But so often, after we finish speaking, we realize, was I really speaking to the point? Was I rambling? Did I have enough content? Did I think about what I was saying? Would I have connected it to something in a more different way? So, what I feel is that Toastmasters has made me conscious, and I wish table topics were more oriented on thinking topics rather than the simplistic topics we put up, which of course has its own assets and positivity. But I sincerely think that Toastmasters, if it had more thinking topics, then the content of our mind would also be enhanced. And that is something which is still there, which I have gained from Toastmasters. So content is the
Absolutely.
one thing I
Absolutely.
give credit to.
Totally agree. Content is paramount. And I think to have content, we have to read. That is one source from where, we can get that content. So we recently heard RJ Guinea deliver an address or a session in the All Toastmasters meet. And one beautiful thing which he said was that if your cup is empty, you really cannot, if your teapot is empty, you really cannot pour tea into anybody else's cup. So in order to have a full teapot, you need to fill it um, with that meat, with that content, and that will only come when you read, when you are more aware of the environment, when you observe. Okay, that is how, those are the different ways in which you can fill out your teapot and then pour it into others. Toastmaster Arjun, what has your takeaway been?
My takeaway, first of all, I have a huge problem with being formal and Toastmasters. Even though I started off lampooning a long back, I have realized the importance of being formal and have learned to be formal, even though not very successful at that right now. Just the formal, just a formal meeting. That, and also yes, I agree with the Toastmaster Anusha, where there are many times where I get a nice little juicy little topic, table topic, and because I have no time to uh, procrastinate writing about it, and I have to come up with something to say on the spot, that whatever I speak in that 2 minutes, that often becomes the seed of something that I can expand later on.
Yeah.
And I find that very valuable. Like for example, today morning only, I had received at another club, I had received a table topic called if I had a printing press, if I had a money printing press, what would I do? And so it was like, oh wow, this is a nice exercise. I initially started off by talking about inflation, and then I just started about how I would build an empire through running cash business or whatever. Like it forced me to think about it, because if I had to write about it, I would procrastinate forever. I like that part.
Yeah, I totally agree. And Arjun, I'm sure not only the topic that has been assigned to you, sometimes the topics that are assigned to others seem more interesting. And then you quickly,
Yes,
typically
yes.
we note them down and
Yeah, and yeah, but I know I won't. Even today, like another topic had come, like how is corruption good for the country or something like that in the morning, and I wrote it down, but I know I'm not going to talk about it because I didn't have to. That procrastination problem.
that's okay. So procrastination is one skill that you will definitely do away with if you be regular at Toastmasters. I can assure you that. Okay, let's now move on to our next segment. And stay tuned, because before we end the meeting, I have a beautiful deck to show you with pictures and let you know what our storytellers are doing outside Toastmasters. So, with that, let me invite our general evaluator on the virtual stage, Toastmaster Dipendu. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepthi. I must say that as the match referee for today's Toastmasters meeting, I am having a gala time listening to all the speakers and the wonderful theme. So let us start with the general evaluation section. First up, we will be having speech evaluations. I would invite on stage the person who is marked as evaluator 1 in this meeting room, which is Toastmaster Arjun.
Uh, Since Toastmaster Uma was giving her first speech, uh, it was very well written. I was surprised at the lack of pauses and at the confidence with which she gave the speech. The speech was a good. It had a flow to it where she talked about her life story, and we were engaged in it from the beginning about how it had its moments, about the evil babysitter set that she had, and all the decisions that we make. She took us on a journey, and that ended with her current social activities. And so it gave us an insight, as the purpose of an icebreaker speech is to understand the new member that is coming in, and to let them tell us about themselves. We really got a nice picture of where she's coming from. She will, of course, will be working on making a more voice modulation, or making her voice modulation better, because at times it did seem like the speech was given in a bit of a monotone and it was hard to keep attention on it. But even though the content was good, because see, again, I like to say this again and again, like, speaking is not writing. I had fallen into this trap myself, because speaking has to be soothing to the ear, and it doesn't, the content is really not that important when you're like giving a speech, because if you say something nicely, if you can ruin good content by saying it badly, and you can make something sound more profound by saying it with all the appropriate theatrics. So that, of course, she will work on. Other than that, it was a wonderful speech, and I look forward to all of her speeches in the future. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Yeah, it looks like Toastmaster Diptendu's screen has frozen.
Oh, okay.
Okay, while his screen gets back, yeah, he'll have to drop off in it. So I would like to invite our second evaluator, Toastmaster Lokesh, to please evaluate Toastmaster Mehek's speech.
Fire, fire, fire. The stage is set on fire. The speaker excelled at narrating the story out of her past life experience and engaged the audience right away. What a great tonal quality. Her example of an accident and that what we can learn from it was excellent, especially when she mimicked her younger sister, Sam. I could relate to her fear as a sibling. Her examples of how emotions can also play a positive role in life are great learning for everyone. For example, how emotions of personal loss can motivate you to help others, or the emotion of hope to stay positive even after a horrific accident in your life. While the speaker played really well with body language movements, even though it's an online meeting and space becomes a constraint, still her hand movements were little repetitive of all her feelings. That can distract the audience and they can be consumed by boredom. I suggest a speaker to watch some good dance videos or some Toastmaster speeches from international contests. If the speeches are not interesting, she can go back to dance videos to observe how hand movements can be used to deliver your speech by body language. Second will be to keep the audience engaged with their participation. Delivering body language evaluation speech without delivering it in a physical meeting will be a twisted effort. Hence, I challenge the speaker to deliver the same speech at TCST hybrid meeting by coming physically at the meeting or visiting other clubs where there is a bigger audience and get evaluated by another expert evaluator. In the end, I would say her clarity was very nice, vocal variety nice, eye contact. We could not imagine it's an online meeting. She was standing, so I just ignored it. Gestures were good. Audience awareness could be better. Comfort level was really great. The interest of audience was engaged. It was a story. Kudos for her. There was some unintentional movement of, as I told, of hands. But the greatest thing about her speech was the purpose of how you can learn from some accidents. I really enjoyed the speech. Back to the general evaluator, Diptendu or the TMOD, Dipti.
Thank you so much for your evaluation, Toastmaster Lokesh. Next up, may I invite the timer, Toastmaster Mehek, to share her report.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepti. Now for the timer's report, first I would like to start with the speakers. Toastmaster Uma took 6 minutes and 28 seconds. She was right in time. She ended very well on time. Next, for the table topic speakers, Toastmaster Lokesh spoke for about 1 minute and 34 seconds. Toastmaster Arjun for about 2 minutes and 22 seconds. While Toastmaster Vishal took 1 minute and 45 seconds. Toastmaster Anusha took 2 minutes and 7 seconds. And Toastmaster Lovina spoke for about 1 minute and 4 seconds. Toastmaster Lovina could have exceeded her time as she spoke a little for the lower part of the timing. Next, for the speech evaluations, Toastmaster Arjun took 1 minute and 34 seconds, and Toastmaster Lokesh took 2 minutes and 26 seconds. I would want everyone to note that there is one disqualification in the speech evaluations, that is for Toastmaster Arjun. Thank you so much. Now I will back to Toastmaster Deepti.
Thank you, Madam Timer. Speaker number 1, Toastmaster Mehek, your speech timing was 7 minutes and 4 seconds. So well within limits. All right, now let's move on to Dipendu has joined us back. So Dipendu, will you be able to take it up from here? We've invited the timer for the timer report. Okay. While Dipendu joins, let us move on and let us invite our counter for the day today, Toastmaster Arjun. Can you share your R counter report with us?
Yes, just a second.
Sure.
Yes, today was a very good day to be an R counter because most of the people were very good. Toastmaster Mehek had a few half words here and there. Otherwise, she didn't really have a lot of R's, ers, well, so like or anything like that. Toastmaster Uma, for being a first time speaker, again, I couldn't really spot any R's or ums. Toastmaster Lokesh, maybe there were a couple of half words like somewhere, but really, I couldn't notice it. I, of course, had probably a lot, as I always do. Toastmaster Vishal had a couple of R's, a lot of ers, that's his weakness, so's and repeated words. Guest Vishal, or what we call them now, potential Toastmaster. Toastmaster Anusha, I thought she was a guest of some sort. Then I came to know that she's a Toastmaster. She had nothing, like I couldn't find anything, R's or ums or anything. Toastmaster Lovina had a couple of R's, ums, nothing serious. So, but yeah, it was noticeable. Yeah, that's it for my report. Back to the general evaluation.
Thank you so much, our counter, Toastmaster Arjun. And now let's have our grammarian, our first time grammarian, Toastmaster Lavina, and let's give her an applause because this is her debut role as a grammarian. So over to you for your report.
Thank you, Deepti. Thank you, Timothy Deepti. As a grammarian, I was really delighted to see so many good usages of different phrases and especially the word of the day. And I would really like to appreciate Toastmaster Lokesh for dual usage of the word sequestration, the word of the day. Thank you, and kudos to you. Plus, I really feel given the icebreaker speech from Uma ma'am. It was flawless, and I couldn't find any bad usages there. And on the contrary, it was sprinkled throughout with, really wow moments here and there around the playing with the language, the playing with the words thing. And it was very soothing to the ears, and really enjoyed it to every bit. Secondly, Mehek's speech was really exciting, and as everybody else has already mentioned around it, the level of storytelling and the effort it really shows. And I really feel that my role as a grammarian is completely wasted today. Although I could find a couple of bad usages, and would like to mention that. So, while the icebreaker speech was being introduced, I heard that since something like, since it is the beginning speech, it could be remodulated and spoken differently, as since it is the very first speech. Second example, I think somewhere it was mentioned that we supported them in feeling the different parts of the computer, which could be reshaped into saying we helped them, we supported them to familiarize with the different parts of the computer. I think that's much about the whole meeting from a grammarian point of view. And thank you for this opportunity. And back to you, Dean Aditi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lavina. I think you did a fabulous job at being a grammarian today. With the tag team done, we will wait for our general evaluator to join us. So while he joins us, there are two things that we have to do. One, I have to wind up the meeting, and the other one is that you guys have to vote. So let me quickly share the voting link on the chat. It's a Google form, and even guests are welcome to participate in the voting. So allow me a moment while I open my WhatsApp and copy the Google form. So while I'm connecting, Toastmaster Mehek, what is your takeaway? What is your skill that you have learned at Toastmasters? We missed speaking with you about it.
I think that I have improved upon the people management skills. Initially, I was very afraid to talk to any of the Toastmaster, maybe a senior person, a senior Toastmaster maybe, and giving, if something was not done appropriately, then negotiating with him or convincing some other person, a senior member maybe, it was very difficult for me initially in the beginning stage. But now I think that my convincing powers have improved and the communication skills have improved. Like I'm able to talk to people in a more convincing manner and able to, I have improved upon that itself.
Well, thank you for letting us know that, Mehek. And here is the voting link that I'm going to share with everybody. And while I share the link, I also have Toastmaster Diptendu on call with me because I think because of the rains, his network has really turned bad. So he will be reading out his general evaluator report through the loudspeaker of my phone. So I'm going to keep it close to the mic. for everybody to hear. So while you guys start voting,
okay, just a second, Dipendu. So, Mehak or Lokesh sir, can you hear Dipendu? Dipendu, can you say a few words?
Hello, this is Dipendu, general evaluator for today's meeting.
Yes.
Okay, I got a thumbs up from Mehak and a yes from Lokesh sir. So, yeah. So just give us a moment. I think everybody, once you're done filling out the votes, everybody just give me a thumbs up so that Dipendu can start with his general evaluation report. Okay, got a yes from Anusha. Thumbs up. Mehak done. Lavina done. Lokesh sir done. Arjun doing. Uma ma'am, I'm assuming you're also doing. Vishal, we'd like to see your voting also. It's of course anonymous, but we would want maximum votes. And Renu ma'am, I'm sure you will be doing. Okay, so Toastmaster Dipendu, you can start with your report.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster VP. It's a time for the general evaluator report. The meeting will start at 3:32 p.m. Beautiful ambience of the following meeting. It is a disclaimer about the recording. I always in the floor.
He has to be a little louder. I think he's moving his mobile from his mouth, coming and going.
Dipendu, just a second. Yeah, I think I'll have to position the phone better. Tanu, where is the mic piece of my laptop? देख के बता दो. I need the mic piece so that I can put my phone against it and yeah. Okay, Dipendu, say start counting. Start counting. So that
5, 4, 3, 2.
Is it
1.
okay? Okay. Can the online audience hear Dipendu now?
Am I audible?
Okay.
I can tell you what to do here.
Tell me.
If you are using any sort of earphone, headphone, whatever it is, just remove that.
Removed.
Just remove that. Okay, go to Zoom.
Huh.
Go to bottom left of the screen where there is the mic symbol.
Okay.
You are clear now, Dipendu. Go ahead.
Acha, Dipendu, Lokesh sir is giving a green signal. He's saying you're very clear. Anusha is also saying you're audible. So I'll hold the piece like this only.
All right then. So I will continue. And I was talking about the president's address given by Mehak. She made some business announcements, talked about membership renewals, welcomed guests and offered them a chance to speak. She demonstrated exemplary poise and patience when 2 guests did not respond to her call. And then smoothly handed over the stage to Toastmaster of the day. I will continue with the rest of the report in a serialized manner as and when things happen. So Toastmaster of the day, DP, started with the theme of the day, engaged the audience at the opening and took the activity to completion, thereby setting context for the meeting, and then transitioned to narration of the meeting format. The timer's role introduction by Mehak. He explained the role of the timer and displayed the timing signal. As the hour counter, Arjun explained the role very well, so I suggest that he could have trimmed the role introduction by about 20%. Lavina also introduced the role of grammarian excellent, and she introduced the word of the day as well. The stage was then back to Toastmaster of the day, Deepti, as she continued with the theme and illustrated through examples how one can acquire and practice skills like dance through Toastmasters. And the prepared speech section started at 3:53 p.m. That is 20 minutes after the start of the meeting. Up until now, I think we were maintaining excellent time. Deepti introduced speakers in a professional manner, asked attendees to share feedback for speakers, And then we got to hear the first prepared speaker, that is Mehek. Mehek was looking down on the camera, and in an online meeting, it almost feels as if the speaker is looking down on the audience. Therefore, I suggest keeping the camera at an eye level. There were theatric, silent elements of storytelling in Mehek's speech, the elements of storytelling like environment, characters, conflict, etc. And he had on-point hand gestures as well. After the first prepared speech, Toastmaster of the Deepti talked about the theme. Now, it is recommended practice to conduct prepared speeches one after the other without any interjection from Toastmaster of the day. So this is something we can think about during our next outing as Toastmaster of the day. But Deepti also conducted audio-video check. That is uncommon during a regular Toastmasters meeting, but definitely a value add. Kudos to Deepti for that. We got to hear from another prepared speaker, Uma, who delivered a icebreaker speech. Never before have I witnessed an icebreaker speech aided with a presentation. Uma displayed high order presentation and narrative skills, though it did look that juggling between narration and presentation impeded her fluency. Moving on, the Toastmaster of the day took stage again. She gave a send-off to each prepared speaker, which is the hallmark of a professional MC, talked about the theme after the prepared speech section, and gave a crash course on how to tackle table topics. For me, that was the biggest and the most special takeaway from today's meeting. What a fabulous value add, DP. Hats off to you for that. The table topics master, Toastmaster Renu Mittal, explained the role so very well. She invited a experienced Toastmaster first up. Renu had post comments after every topic, which made the session very tight and cohesive. The topics could have been placed better. For example, what would you choose? Classical music or hip-hop music? What would you choose? Going out or Netflix and chill? But I would say that the topics brought out by Renu were cerebral and triggered opinion in all the listeners. I would quickly mention a little about all the table topic speakers. Table topic speaker Lokesh attempted using though the usage was incorrect, but I appreciate the spirit. Lokesh topic effectively, mapping music choice to time of the day. So, table topic speaker Arjun gave an honest, unabashed, and insightful talk on the topic. So, stick posting is a word not appropriate for a Toastmasters meeting, although the word has gained acceptance in common parlance. Table topic speaker Vishal, who is a guest in today's meeting, started with, my opinion on the topic is, well, here at Toastmasters Club of Storytellers, we propagate and practice the art of storytelling. Vishal, you could have started with some groundwork and you could have constructed a building with your ideas. For example, social media has opened up the world. Today, we are so close. We are as close to Americans as we are to our military. While this openness has opened up new avenues for networking and friendship, it has an ugly side as well. That is talking. Something like this. You could have laid the groundwork, stated a context, and then built your ideas upon it. Table topic speaker Anusha, she was sharp, to the point, and had the perfect treatment for the topic. My recommendation for Anusha would be to record and listen to herself from the point of view of emoting with voice. As someone with an ear for tone and sound, I can say that with the kind of tone and quality Anusha possesses, her voice slips through, and it's hard to latch on to the variations that she tries to bring through her voice. Table topic speaker Lavina, she again started with my opinion on the topic is, so the recommendation for her is that try to lay a groundwork and have some ideas and construct a building with your ideas in a context so that it sounds more like a story and less like a question-answer session. Moving on to the table, the Toastmaster of the day again, she finally engaged each last meeting attendee and wrapped up her session. Superlative work done by Deepti today. That's Toastmaster of the day. And all I could hear was Arjun as he evaluated the person. That this evaluation was very specific to do with minimum generic statements. And he also gave a recommendation around voice modulation, which definitely added value to Umar's efforts. I got disconnected after that, so couldn't really hear Lokesh and the supplementary role players. I apologize for that. And with that, I hand the feedback to Deepti.
Thank you. Thank you for the detailed report, Toastmaster Diptendu. I'll let the call be on so that you can hear the rest of the meeting. And that will, in fact, hone your listening skills as well. Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay. What I wanted to share with you guys is my PowerPoint show. And here I go. So this is what we've done. We've already looked at the skills. I think active listening is what I've missed here. So my takeaway as a Toastmaster has been improving my listening skills. I often joke and tell people that the reason why my husband gifted me a membership to Toastmasters is because he wanted me to listen more and speak less. But at the bottom of it all, it is indeed true. I have improved on my listening skills. I patiently listen and then try and respond. That is my takeaway. Okay, now let's move on. My slide refuses to move. We all recognize this gentleman. Who is he? Of course, Toastmaster Lokesh. Now, why do I have his picture? I have his picture here because he has been instrumental in leveraging the skills that he has earned at Toastmasters into different avenues. This is the most recent of his avenues where he has leveraged his Toastmasters skills. He was a judge for this particular ideation content.
Put your call on hold. Please stay on the line.
So, Toastmaster Lokesh, would you want to quickly tell us in probably just about a minute what, or has this already happened or you're about to judge?
No, I was there yesterday.
Okay.
And in fact, my PTM exercises were really tested yesterday when they suddenly said, oh, judges also have to go on the stage and say something about their evaluation. And I was the first one. I thought I am the senior. There was a student, there was a faculty from there. I said, okay, these guys should be going first. And he said, no, you are the one who's going to go first. And so I didn't had anything to prepare. And within 30 seconds, I was on the stage. So how do I do it?
Excellent. And you were a part of the judges community here?
Yes,
So,
I also attended the judges and chief judges training.
Awesome. Kudos to you. And this is the second such event that we have gotten to know that Toastmaster Lokesh has attended. There was another one a few months back, Toastmaster Lokesh.
Well, I'm a public speaker in a lot of business
Forums.
events. I will be coming in business forums. I'll be going on 24th to a school to address 300 students from government school in Sarvodaya, Pandara Road. 28th, I'm a speaker. Again, I'm a moderator actually, and of the panel of experts on sustainability of fashion and apparel and in a conference in Hayat, Gurgaon.
Awesome.
So it's a big event.
Awesome. Many congratulations and thank you for being a part of the Toastmasters Club of Storytellers team.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Let's move on to this gentleman. Who is this gentleman? We know him, of course. Yes, that's Arjun. And what is he doing here?
I was giving at the last moment, it was a big quiz event that they had nobody to compare, and I stepped up to the plate, and I performed. They thought I was a professional quiz master.
See, that is what Toastmasters is to you.
And yes, and that formality that I had, well, I think I got it from attending these meetings only. Like it was a formal event, so I couldn't be my normal self. I had to pretend that I was more serious and took myself much more seriously than I normally do.
It's very hard to imagine you presenting
Yes,
a formal
yes. But I have learned how to do that, you know.
Yeah, but it's excellent. Stepping up at the 11th hour is a quality in itself. It displays your courage and your confidence.
Yes.
And then handling it in a formal setup is the second feather that you have on your cap. And third one is where you were complimented as being a professional quiz master.
Yeah.
So kudos. There was another event we got to know. And here's the picture. What were you doing here?
Oh, here, this is just a improv class. I was just performing at an improv show. I go to these improv jams and I just keep performing improv. I like that. I like to think that I noticed that I had a lot of verbal fluency when I first went into the improv class, because my problem was not coming up with random lines. And definitely table topics helped with that, because I had a lot of premises in my head for any situation. For sure. Like, now that I think about it, now that you put the picture, yes, I did notice that I had a small, I had big, small, big. I don't know. It was an advantage I had when I started the improv class. Of course, I had to learn the other aspects of acting and body and all those things, which I had none of. Like, all the actors had much better, but at least I had no problem coming up with something to say. So
That's
yes,
awesome. And the look on the fellow class attendees says a lot. It's like, how
yeah.
can this guy speak better than us?
No, he's not. It's not like they're all annoyed, or not annoyed. They're all just blown away by how much of a, like, in improv you're supposed to escalate and come up with like weird, ridiculous things to say. And I am like very, very good at it. So that is like my forte. Like, if if a scene is something where I have to pretend to be something. So I'll pretend to be a neta. Like, like I can come up with these someone's. I'll pretend to have won an election if I have won the class monitor of fourth standard for 1 month. Like coming up with something ridiculous like that. So I'm very good at that. And definitely, now that I think about it, table topics had a role to play.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Always rise and shine, and we hope you keep doing
Mhm.
great at that. Let's move on to the next slide. Who is this? Renu ma'am, of course. And that's the cover of her book, Kashmir and Me. Renu ma'am, please come on the video, unmute, and let us know when did you actually write this book? When did you author it? Were you already a Toastmaster? Okay. While she joins us back, let's move on. We've heard Toastmaster Uma today, and this is probably just a glimpse of what she's done or she's been doing in her life. I think we would have never known had the icebreaker would not have happened. And this is a picture of the article that she wrote for the district newsletter called Live Wire. And dear Toastmasters, let me tell you, this was her first attempt at sending out an article. I've been sending it forever. Mine never get published. And this time around, they're very adamant and they want to keep the article length to a certain word limit, and they will only choose the top articles. So Toastmaster Uma, it's brilliant. The fact that your article gets printed in Livewire means that you have written something that appeals more than the rest of the gang. So kudos, keep writing, keep shining. Thank you. Let's move on. The next storyteller. This is our very own president, Toastmaster Mehak. This is a piece of a clippet from the magazine which was published, and she's received this best prize in story writing. And not only this, she also received a little gift hamper while she was attending the resonance, or while you were away. Isn't it, Mehak? Tell us a little about the story that you wrote.
Yeah, it was the same story that I delivered today.
So we haven't missed anything much then.
Yes, it's a short twist of my speech today. And for this, I won a gift for it. The diary, bookmark, and bookmark, diary, and a keychain.
Wow, that's awesome. Keep writing stories, Mehak. We would love to read all of them. And there's another little thing that Mehak has earned. Well, look at that. She's a senior content head of the commerce community, if I'm correct, in your college, Mehak?
Yes, Commerce Association for the college.
Awesome, awesome. That is brilliant. see where the confidence takes us. This is just immense. Keep shining, keep rising, Mehek. We love to see you all do all this.
Yeah, there's so much talent. Like I keep forgetting that.
Yes, that's right, Arjun. And witness some more talent. You will see two people here on this slide as well. So of course, that's Diptendu. He's singing his song, one of his favorite songs, Ashai, and that's me handing over the mic to somebody we were calling on stage. And what we did here was basically hosting an event, which was the All Toastmasters Week. Diptendu has had the experience of hosting such events before. And like every time, he was just stupendous. He was the support pillar that I had on stage all the time. And it was a first for me for a big audience. We were 400 plus Toastmasters and guests. So a very humbling, a very beautiful experience for me. And we loved it throughout. Yes, Uma ma'am, you want to say something? I saw a raised hand from you, ma'am.
I was trying to clap.
Okay, sure.
Clapping.
Thank you. You can clap
clapping. Now. Kudos. That was excellent.
Yes, thank you. Each one of us is a success story is what I'll say. Lavina, we're waiting for your success stories. Anusha, ma'am, I know you're doing a lot of good work outside Toastmasters. Would you want to take a moment to share what you're doing?
Well, recently I went to IIM Ahmedabad and we did a module on how to ace the interview. And I'm going to be doing the similar module with SICO, which is another organization which delves into teaching. Yeah, that's about it.
Wow, that's stupendous, Anusha ma'am. And we'd love to have you over for our meetings every now and then. Keep coming. So thank you, dear Toastmasters. This is what Toastmasters has to offer to you. I'm so glad that we are all here in this room, in virtual room, and listening to each other, witnessing the success that we have achieved till date. And I hope and pray that all of us are able to achieve much more. With that, and on that note, with those wishes, I hand the stage back to Toastmaster Mehek, our presiding officer, our president.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Deepti. First, I would like to commend for the meeting today. It was a fantastic meeting. I think everything in the meeting was totally done very beautifully in the meeting today. And first, I would like to commend two of the people. First is Toastmaster of the Day itself. I think Toastmaster Deepti, today the theme was totally out of the box. It was not the regular theme, like why you should join Toastmasters. Was done and dwelled into that what we have learned through Toastmasters, and that is a very different thing that we did today. So kudos to this, kudos to you for doing this thing today. And second, I would like to commend Toastmaster Diptendu of how passionate he was, like while he was not able to join due to the low bandwidth, he still did not miss his giving his GE evaluation. And this shows us that how we have come so far, being passionate about the organization and being passionate about doing so much work for it. So kudos to both of you. You did a very well job in today's meeting. Well, moving ahead, now it's time to announce the winners. So first, let's start from the best table topic speaker. Yeah, any guesses for the best table topic speaker?
Miss Anusha.
Yes, there's no doubt. Toastmaster Anusha, you are the winner, like always. And congratulations, Toastmaster Anusha.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next, let's move on to the best role player. Well, whom do you think would be the best role player? There were 3 role players: General Evaluator Toastmaster Diptendu, Toastmaster of the Day Toastmaster Deepti, and Table Topic Master Toastmaster Deepti. So who was the best role player today? Any guesses? Well, that's okay. Without any doubt, it is Toastmaster of the Day. Toastmaster goes to her, and congratulations. Next, let's move on to the best auxiliary role player. So there were 3 role players: our counter, Toastmaster Arjun; timer, Toastmaster Mehak; and the maiden, Toastmaster Lavina. Who do you think was the best auxiliary role player? Anyone wants to guess?
Grammarian.
She was the best, but it was Toastmaster Arjun, the our counter for the meeting.
Wow.
Congratulations,
Really?
Arjun.
Okay.
Yes, Arjun.
Okay, so now for the best speech, best speaker. So there were 2 speakers, Toastmaster Mehak and Toastmaster Uma. So whom do you think was the best speaker?
My vote goes to Uma.
My vote goes to Uma ma'am too, but it is, I got the opportunity to win this time. So thank you so much, everyone. And for the best evaluator, there's no doubt it's Toastmaster Lokesh. So congratulations and kudos to you. So thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
It was a great meeting today. I would request the EC members to stay back. Are we doing the EC meeting right now? Because I think don't have Toastmaster.
It will be, because Toastmaster Dipendu is not able to join. Let's do it at another time. Okay, so maybe sometime tomorrow.
Yes, I think we don't have to discuss anything as such important, just the venue. And the second thing was the renewal thing. I think most of us have renewed now. We are left with Toastmaster Arjun and Toastmaster Lokesh.
Yeah.
Just for the renewals.
So by tonight we'll have all 8 members renew. So at least
Yes,
we'll be in good standing.
Yes, I'll send it to who? Toastmaster Renu, no?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So,
Even I'm sending Paytm to her.
Okay.
I just wanted to make this announcement only. So let's about the venue. Then we'll
Let's
connect
close the
over a
meeting
call.
first. I think the recording is on.